Redskins fans? I know it's been a while, man. It's been like a week and a half since I made a video, but yes, I'm doing fine. I'm alive and well. Hope you guys are doing okay out there, especially with the pandemic going on. So there's a lot of things that have been happening. First and foremost, rest in peace to the great Bobby Mitchell, man. He was a great player for the Washington Redskins. Was one of the first black athletes, black players for the Washington Redskins. You know, we were the last team to integrate, and Bobby Mitchell was one of the first black players for our team. Man, it was great. Pro Bowler, All Pro. He was just awesome for the team, and he was in the front office too after his career. So Bobby Mitchell, one of the pioneers, one of the first players to play for us. Man, it's just incredible. Him breaking barriers and setting records and just making history for this team, man. Paying a lot of homage to Bobby Mitchell and paved the way for young black athletes like myself in the game. You know, not just football, but basketball too, man. All the sports out there. So definitely salute to Bobby Mitchell. I know he's in the Washington Redskins Ring of Honor. So salute to Bobby Mitchell. Rest in peace, man, to one of the GOATs. Then I want to talk about DeAngelo Hall, man. You got to talk about D Hall, man. D Hall, man. Shame on D Hall, man. I can't fool with D Hall, man. I really can't right now. He's in the Redskins doghouse right now, man. This man, like, you know, first he had the Trent story saying Trent would come back sooner or later, making it sound like Trent would actually play football for us again, which that didn't happen. Then what else did he say? He thought Bruce Allen was gonna stay. So basically, DeAngelo Hall's word is just his word is done with me. I can't trust anything what D Hall says. I don't even listen to what this man says anymore. So if you didn't hear, of course, what he said about Dwayne Haskins talking about how he doesn't want to compete. He thinks Kyle Allen's going to win the job because Dwayne doesn't want to compete. These young guys are wired differently. Dwayne Haskins doesn't want to compete and doesn't like competition. Like, that's real disrespectful for real. It really was. That was real disrespectful. I can understand if he was like, okay, I think Kyle Allen has an advantage because he knows the playbook, and with the pandemic going on, you know, I feel like Kyle Allen might have a little advantage because there's no OTAs, there's no mini camps. None of that's going to happen. So, I mean, it's probably going to be a shortened training camp. But I think there will be a season. But, yeah, D Hall just came out real disrespectful to Dwayne Haskins. Of course, Dwayne Haskins said something on Twitter. You know, he said, I hate fake love or something like that, talking about D Hall. And if you remember, D Hall during the season said during practice that guys had to move out of the way for Dwayne Haskins not to throw interceptions and things like that during practice. So, D Hall feels some kind of way about Dwayne Haskins. And I understand Dwayne Haskins, you know, he came in and didn't really compete or get his nose in the playbook like he should have against Case Keenum and what's his name, Colt McCoy. But at the same time, D Hall's comments, man, like, bro, what are you talking about, man? What are you seriously talking about, man? You're going to say Kyle Allen's going to come out here and beat Dwayne Haskins because Dwayne Haskins doesn't want to compete when he had competed in Ohio State and beat out Joe Burrow, who's going to be the first pick of the draft this season. I don't want to hear nothing about the hand injury, nothing like that. Joe Burrow went to the competition, he lost, and he transferred to LSU. So it is what it is. You know, Dwayne Haskins threw 50 touchdowns, man. It doesn't grow on trees. You got to give the kid a chance. And I feel like Ron Rivera is finally starting to give Dwayne Haskins some support, where he came in very lukewarm in that press conference. You know, talking about very competitive competition. We didn't 100% know what that meant. Everybody was like, oh, man, maybe could it be Cam Newton? Could it be Tua? You know, more rumors coming out, oh, is it going to be terrible Joe Flacco or Jameis Winston, things like that. So I feel like Ron Rivera's starting to, you know, you heard his press conference yesterday or the other day with the media, and he finally came forth and was more supportive of Dwayne Haskins becoming the starting quarterback for the Washington Redskins. That's just how I feel. Some good news also is just it sounds like we're going to be taking Chase Young for an interview as well. I really like that. I like what he said, you know, when he was like, if you're going to trade back, you have to get somebody who's going to make the same impact as Chase Young. And if you trade back, you could get Isaiah Simmons, but I really feel like the Giants are going to take Isaiah Simmons at 4. And you would get Jeffrey Okudah, who's really good, but he just doesn't impact the game as much as a Chase Young as an edge rusher, a generational talent at the pass rusher. We need an edge rusher. Really, we just haven't had a guy to get back there like that. And I like Ryan Kerrigan, I like Montez Sweat, I like him a lot. But we haven't had a dominant pass rusher where you really are scared of that guy on third down and he can really wreak havoc, kind of like a Khalil Mack, Von Miller, somebody like that. Like I said, no disrespect to Ryan Kerrigan, but I feel like he's just getting older. He's declining. I think Montez is going to be really good. Now, if you bring in Chase Young and Ryan Kerrigan and Montez Sweat and all the Bama boys and Mike Ioannidis at the same time, that's a nasty defensive line. So let's get into the main part of this video, which is my mock draft. And like I said, it's been a long time, guys. You know, I will be uploading more frequently. Start to do some more live streams once a week or something like that. You know, all we got is time now. You know, we just got a whole bunch of time on our hands now. So I wrote down the picks. And tonight, make sure you are on Bad Dogs live stream. I will be on Mr. Bad Dogs live stream. He's a Giants YouTuber. I was on Fist Vegas, another Giants YouTuber. I was on his live stream last night. Had to set some things straight about Dwayne Haskins. You know how Giants fans, they always talk bad about Dwayne Haskins. You know, I had to set the record straight. You know, Dwayne played some really good games against the Eagles, and of course against their Giants, where he played really well. Where he went 7 for 7, and went 13 for 15 before. You know, they had a bounty and they hurt Dwayne's ankle in that Giants game and played really well against the Eagles. So, of course, my first pick for the draft, I will be going live for the draft as well. My first pick, the second pick of the draft, of course, is Chase Young. We don't really have to discuss this pick too much. I think, you know, you just don't want to make it too complicated. You know, don't make it too complicated. Like I said, if you trade back, I think Isaiah Simmons is going to be drafted by the Giants anyway. And first of all, it had to be 3 first-round picks from the Dolphins. I don't want 2 first-round picks in a second. I want 3 first-rounders in 1 second. The Dolphins have a lot of picks, man. Even if they give up, you know, 2 of their first-rounders, they'll still be straight because they'll essentially be getting our second-rounder. So they'll still have a first, and they're giving up a second. So they'll still have, I think they have another second-rounder. So they really, them giving up 2 first-round picks is really not that big of a deal, in my opinion, for the Dolphins. But I really don't think they're going to do that. And I wouldn't draft Tua either because of the injury history. And we've been there, done that with RG3. There's no point in getting another quarterback that has injury history with the hip injury, which is really bad. I just don't trust Tua staying healthy with the Washington Redskins, especially with our offensive line not being full strength, with the left tackle position being a big question mark right now for us. And then Morgan Moses, you know, we saw, unfortunately, he got Alex Smith kind of hurt, you know. And, you know, just can't really trust Morgan Moses a lot. So this offensive line with Tua behind there, Tua would get killed. He really would. And our offensive line is not the worst, but at the same time, it's really not the best either. So there's no point in drafting Tua. Chase Young is a beast. He's a dog. He's a generational talent. We watched Rex Ryan talk about Chase Young the other day. We just need a all-pro player. We haven't had an all-pro player in a long time. I think Tress Way might have been all-pro, but, you know, we just haven't had a generational talent. Somebody who can really take over a game on defense or offense. Somebody that you have to stay up at night and game plan for that guy. Chase Young is that guy out of D.C., PG County. Bring the kid home. Win Ohio State, man. Just don't make this complicated. Ron wants him now. Dan been one of them. I want him. It's just a smart pick, man. And trading back, you know, if you get 3 first-round picks, of course, that's something you got to examine and look at. But at the same time, getting Chase Young, man, Chase Young is the equivalent of 2 first-round picks, in my opinion. If you get Jeffrey Okudah and you get Henry Ruggs, I still think Chase Young is the equivalent of those 2 players, for real. They could be Pro Bowl players, but if you get Chase Young, he turns out to be a Khalil Mack or Von Miller, somebody that can really get back there and sack Daniel Jones and strip sack him. All you got to do is hit Daniel Jones, he's going to fumble the ball. And strip sack Carson Wentz, get back there to Dak Prescott, make their lives a living hell. That will really help this team out and right now and in the long run. This will really help this defense out. We just couldn't get off the field on 3rd down last year. And that was a big part of our pass rush. So Chase Young will really help us out in that department right there. Round 3, pick 2 for me is Adam Troutman out of Dayton, the tight end. He's 6'5", 255 pounds. His stats for last year were 70 catches, 916 yards, 14 touchdowns. And the guy is a beast, and he can block. He was in the Senior Bowl. I saw his blocking. Not only can he catch, but he's a really good blocking tight end. We need that really bad. We haven't had a good blocking and we haven't had a good dual threat tight end. You know, we always have a tight end like Jeremy Sprinkle who can't catch, but he's a decent blocker. We always had, like, Jordan Reed was a good catching tight end, but he can never really block. Same thing with Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis was decent at blocking, but his catching was way more valuable at catching the football than he was at blocking. So I feel like Adam Troutman can do both. He's a dual threat. At tight end, he can block and catch, and he was the first player to be drafted out of Dayton in 43 years. That's incredible, man. The guy, he's a beast, man. He's a beast. He's a dog. He's a big boy, and I think he would be a good, easy target for Dwayne Haskins. He would be big help for him. I think, honestly, he would beat out Richard Rodgers. I think he would beat out Logan Thomas as well. If it had to come down to that, I really want to keep Hell Hinges. I really like the potential of Hell Hinges. I would cut Jeremy Sprinkle and put Hell Hinges above him. If it came down to it, I have no allegiance to Richard Rodgers and Logan Thomas. If they get cut, I couldn't care less. I really want to keep Hell Hinges, though. I think Hell Hinges shows some flashes of potential, He can really get open. He has really good acceleration. He's a lot faster than Jeremy Sprinkle. I really, really want to keep Hell Hinches. I'll be very upset if Ron Rivera cuts Hell Hinches in the later run. So, round 4, pick 108 was Chase Claypool, wide receiver out of Notre Dame. He's another big guy. He's 6'4", 238 pounds, had a 40-inch vertical, ran a 4.42 40-yard dash. The guy is a freak of nature. He really is. He's a freak of nature. Has 66 catches, 1,037 yards, and 13 touches. He was a grown man amongst boys last year with Notre Dame. A lot of people were like, they want to convert him to tight end because he's so big and tall. At the same time, we need a big possession receiver. We need a big, tall receiver, and he's not just going to be a possession receiver because he can run by you too. Not only can he body you and get you out of the way, kind of like a Mike Evans for the Bucks, but he can run past you too. So I really like Chase Claypool. He'd be a great compliment to Terry McLaurin. Him and Terry would be a nasty, nasty duo. You still have Calvin. You still have Steve Sims in the slot. So I really like the wide receiver room with Terry McLaurin, Steven Sims at the slot, and Chase Claypool on the other side being that big body receiver in the red zone. You know, he can jump up and catch it over little defensive backs. And then Calvin Harmon would be that fourth receiver. You know, they could battle out for the two guys. And then Cody Latimer, I don't know if he's going to make the team or not. Trey Quinn, I don't know if he's going to make the team. You still got Cam Sims there as well. So who knows? Those guys, that'll be a lot of competition for that fifth receiver spot. I would only keep 5 receivers on this team this year. I wouldn't keep 6, kind of like we did last year with Robert Davis, even though I like Robert Davis. Round 4, pick 142 is Sadiq Charles, offensive tackle out of LSU. We need right tackle and left tackle. We need more depth. Jerron Christian is still a project, so we just don't know what we're going to get from him. We did draft Cornelius Lucas. He's still kind of a question mark as well. Got him for cheap. And who knows, we might even sign Jason Peters. He's a free agent option. Who knows, Donald Penn could come back. So we really need some guys to protect Dwayne Haskins. The tackle position is a big position of need. I think the guard position is kind of set. I really wish we would have kept Eric Flowers. But Wes Martin, I believe in him. Wes Schweitzer, whoever wins that battle, I think Wes Martin should win. And then, of course, we still have Brandon Sheriff. So I do like our position at the guard position. Tackle, don't like that position that much. So I had to go with Sadiq Charles. The big flag question mark about Sadiq Charles is that he did get suspended 6 games at LSU. That's a red flag to me. They didn't disclose why he got suspended, but he did get suspended 6 games. So who knows? Maybe, hopefully he has, grown up and matured and made better decisions since then. He is a national champ. He did block for Joe Burrow, so it's a high-powered offense. So Sadiq has played against legitimate competition in the SEC. So I think Sadiq Charles would be a good pick in round 4. That would be a good tackle position for us right there, tackle pick. So round 5, 162, pick 162 is Thaddeus Moss, another guy out of LSU, another championship guy, another SEC guy. Thaddeus Moss, the son of Randy Moss. Playing tight end for them. His stats this year were 47 catches, 570 yards and 4 touchdowns. He stepped up in big games. The big game against Clemson, he had 2 touchdowns in the national championship game, and then also in the semifinal game, I forgot who they played, but he had 4 catches and 99 yards in that game. So he stepped up big time in big moments. In that Final Four playoff, Thaddeus Moss stepped up big time. He has good hands, good feet. He has good genes in his dad, Randy Moss. So I think there's some other tight ends that are better than him in this draft, but I got him in round 5. A lot of people think he should go in round 3, but I think Thaddeus Moss is really like a 5th round guy, and I think that's really good value in the 5th round for Thaddeus Moss. I think he'd be really, really good, and we love to use our tight ends in this Air Coryell offense. So honestly, my tight end room right now I would cut. Like I said, I have no allegiance to Logan Thomas. I have no allegiance to Richard Rodgers. I would have Hale Hinges, and I would probably go with the 2 rookies. I would keep 3 tight ends. If you want to keep 4, that's fine. To keep 1 veteran, maybe Sprinkle, Richard Rodgers, or one of those Logan Thomas. Probably Logan Thomas. Probably keep Logan Thomas. Keep Thaddeus Moss. Keep Adam Troutman. Those are 3 tight ends right there, and then Hale Hinches. That would be my 4 tight ends to make the team for next year. So round 4, let's see here. Who's the next pick? Right here, Thaddeus Moss. We got him, and then we don't have a 6th round pick. So round 7, I got Lamar Jackson, the corner out of Nebraska. He's really good, long, lanky. I think he's about 6'2", rangy corner. And then we need more help at corner. We need some more corners pretty badly. It's still a position in need. Brashad Breeland got signed for 1 year, $4 million. We signed Ronald Darby for 1 year, $4 million. So I really think we could have got both, in my opinion. We still have we have a good amount of cap space. I would have got both. I would have got Ronald Darby and I would have got Brashad Breeland. We just need depth at the outside corner. We don't have enough outside corners, in my opinion. I do like Fabian Moreau, but you just need depth. You know, injuries happen. And when you get that nitty gritty of the season, man, you're going to need guys to step up. So I feel like we need some more depth at that position. I would have definitely got Brashad Breeland and Darby if you had to. I wouldn't have been mad at that. For $4 million, that's really not that much money for Brashad Breeland. You know, a guy who was probably looking for around $8 million. And the Chiefs brought him back for $4 million. I really thought we could have got Brashad Breeland, but it's all good. Round 7, pick 229. That's the last pick for us. I got Justin Herron out of Wake Forest. He's out of Silver Spring. He's from Silver Spring, Maryland. Went to Bullis High School, the same high school that Dwayne Haskins went to. He was all ACC academic team. Went to the Senior Bowl. Went to the East-West Shrine Game as well. Was nominated for that. Third team all ACC. Was a team captain. Started 51 games in his career. Started all 13 games in his senior year. And was a left tackle. This guy, he's pretty good. I like him as a 7th-round pick, 6'5", 290 pounds. So I think he'll be really good for us if we pick him. I think he could be another depth guy, potentially start on this team. Who knows? After, you know, say let Jason Peters sign him, let him play for a year or two, because he's 38, so he's only got like 1 or 2. Same thing with Donald Penn. Donald Penn doesn't have a lot of years left in the tank, in my opinion. And then maybe let Justin Herron step up after that. You know, he could be, you know, Jason Peters would be the stopgap, and then Justin Herron could come in after that and play left tackle for Dwayne Haskins. You know, the Bullis guy. They might have been teammates. Who knows? But that's my mock draft right there, guys. Once again, the schedule is we'll be going live for the draft on April 23rd. Might go live for the draft on day 2 and day 3 as well. So that's Thursday night. We'll be having a virtual draft party. I know the Redskins are having a virtual draft party too, but I'll be having my own virtual draft party just like last year. We had a blast at the draft. It was a lot of fun. So make sure you guys come through. And we will turn up, man, to draft my man Chase Young. Bring the kid home, man. Don't make this complicated. Don't overthink this, man. Make it very simple. Just get the best player available in Chase Young. Bring the kid home, and we can just pass rush, and we can make Danny Jones fumble all the time. I can't wait to see Daniel Jones fumble all the time by getting sacked by Chase Young. I can't wait to see that. So once again, make sure you guys tune into Bad Dog's channel. I will put his channel in the link below. I will be on there tonight. Make sure you guys come through and spam the Giants YouTuber Mr. Bad Dog with HTTR. Make sure you spam. Make sure you be nice to the guy. He's a good guy. I'm a big fan of Bad Dog. He's a big fan of my channel as well. He's a really good guy. But I know we don't like each other. I know we don't like the Giants. They don't like us. So, you know, just come in there, have some fun. You know, we can go back and forth. We can troll them. He'll be trolling me. So we make sure you come in there and try to troll Giants fans as much as you can. All right, y'all. Once again, stay safe. Peace. Hails from Skin.